Hey, this is Short John Red, and welcome back to another episode of Scarlet Hollow. Now, I think we're nearing the end. Like, I'm not saying this will be the last episode until the last video until episode 5, but more like either the second to last or third to last. So, yeah. Oh, and I hear whispering. It isn't long before you find yourself outside of Dr. Kelly's clinic, its secrets enticing you to find a way in. Even at the bottom of the hill, you can already feel the presence. It's like a magnet has been fixed to your rib cage, gently tugging you forward, guiding you towards whatever emits this compulsive frequency. Sorry, I don't know if you heard that, but I had a burp. It wouldn't be hard to jump onto the terrace from the hill next to the house. You make your way up the hill and survey the terrace. This should be easy. You take a step back and jump. You land and try the door. It's unlocked. Man, I really feel like the narrator for Slay the Princess right now. The upstairs of the clinic feels like a decommissioned museum. Old furniture is covered in plain white sheets, and a thick layer of dust coats the floor. This place hasn't seen any use in years. I'm sorry if I'm making so many Slay the Princess comparisons, but they're just, like, lines like this feel like they'd be in place haste and Slay the Princess. Like, all we're missing now is a pristine blade. You're in the clinic, free to explore as you please. Or rather, you're free to explore as you please. You can feel that odd sensation again. The nagging pull of whatever it was that wanted you to find it. You've been caught by its gravity, an overwhelming curiosity guiding you around a corner and towards a dark doorway under the stairs. It's been left ajar, as if inviting you to enter. The lights click on. You're in the morgue. And there's Reese. Just... Odie. What are you doing in the morgue? What should I, Okay, I have to ask. Are you human? Yes? Sorry, this probably doesn't look like the most normal. This probably doesn't look the most normal, but sometimes just come down here to, practice, I guess. Rehearse. Rehearse, you say. Good one. I don't get that joke. What does that mean? Rehearse. Like, I'm sorry. Like, does this word have a meaning? 'Cause I don't have a goddamn clue. Okay, Okay. Okay, apparently a hearse, if I'm pronouncing that right, is a vehicle for conveying the coffin at the funeral. So basically, it's what you use to transport coffins and dead people, which I guess is fitting in this scenario. His words seem distant to you. The tugging is strong down here. You can almost feel yourself slipping into a trance, and your eyes wander to the back of the morgue, to the back wall of the morgue. You need to see what's back there. Sorry, I need some water. Sorry, I was thirsty. Okay. You touch the wall. It feels disappointingly solid under your palms. I hope you know how ridiculous you look. Okay, I swear that's the last of the Silent Princess jokes. Until episode 5, anyways. Hey, are you okay? You feel Reese's hand gently shake your shoulder, and for a moment, the thing on the other side of the blank wall loosens its pull on you. You kind of look possessed for a second there. You good? Make him understand. There's a stone carving on the other side of that wall, and I need to see it. Reese glances back at the wall. You're really serious, aren't you? This is probably a bad idea, but if you really need to get in there, I'm pretty sure there's an emergency axe somewhere upstairs. I just need to get to the dock. I just need to get the dock out of your hair. It should take 2 seconds. Get the dock out of our hair? Yeah, if I say I'm sick and need something, she'll drop whatever she's doing and do it for me. Surefire way to get her out of the house. And most of the time it's true anyway. Doesn't that make her worry about you even more? There's nothing I can do at this point to get her to stop worrying about me. Might as well use it to my advantage when I can. That's rough. Okay. Why use axe when I have arms? Why not just break wall with fists? Why am I talking so prudently? I'm not an expert, but I'm guessing it would be more efficient for you to use those big arms to wield an axe instead of tearing into the wall like some kind of wild animal. Though that would be super cool to see. Thanks. Be right back. Okay. 7 minutes. He strides past you, his long legs moving swiftly. He seemed excited, his usual dour demeanor replaced with an uncharacteristic pep when faced with the prospect of sneaking around and tearing down walls. You hear a soft voice filtering in through the open doorway at the top of the stairs, a hoarse and sickly edge added for her effect as he speaks to his mother. Hey, Mom. He coughs gently. Reese, I didn't know you were awake. I still feel like shit, but I think I can finally try some juice down. It looks like we're all out, though. Really? I thought I just picked some up. I got an errand to run on Main Street anyway. I'll go pick up some orange juice and some ginger ale too. That would be awesome. Sorry to ask. I know you're probably busy. Sorry. It's no problem. It doesn't take long. Don't do anything too strenuous while I'm gone. Just lie in bed until I get back. Thanks, Mom. I'll take it easy. You hear footsteps down the hall, then the front door opening and closing. It worked! The theatric rasp has left his voice, excitement raising in its place. Come up, we don't have long until she's back. As you step out of the morgue, you relax. The extra space between you and the carving has weakened its hold on you, and with it, your desperation to claw your way through the wall and unveil it. It's one of those emergency fire axes, so it should be pretty obvious whether it is, though I'm not sure where she would be keeping it. I'll show you around. Let's try the doc's office first. You make your way to the doorway of her now vacant house. Sorry, I'm not good at reading, okay? I don't see an axe in here. He's right. A cursory glance reveals nothing but stacks of paper and cabinets of medical supplies. But something at the desk catches your eye. Some sort of records with your family's name on them. Another benefit of Booksmart. Reese stops in the doorway, turned to watch you leaf through the documents. Find something interesting? They're your family's death certificates. Cause of death, sleep apnea. Discovered by your daughter, Tabitha Chrysanthemum. Scarlet, no autopsy performed. Tabitha's middle name is... I am not pronouncing that. Wonder who cursed her with that mouthful. Not only is it a mouthful, but I can't even pronounce it. I mean, I believe it's some type of flower, but... Wow, Pearline must have really hated her daughter. I mean, you couldn't have given her a more... I don't know, a more easier to pronounce middle name based on a flower, like, I don't know, daisy, lily, rose, bluebell, what other types of flowers? Sunflower, I guess? I don't know, I'm just coming up with random bird names. Oh, not bird, flower names. Speaking of bird of paradise. And orchid, I think that's another one. Yeah, I feel like that was forbidden knowledge. Edwardine, born April 9th, 1913. Died February 12th, 2003. Hey, just a day before episode 5 comes out. Aged 89. Cause of death, heart failure. Signed by your granddaughter, Pearline Scarlet. Pretty normal. Almost made it to 90. Died of a normal old person illness. Yeah, for someone who smoked a lot, she did live a long life. Enoch Scarlet, born September 9th, 1887. 1887. Died August 20th, 1957. Age 69. Sorry, good. Cause of death, fall from cliff. This one has a coroner's report attached. Organs sustained impact injuries, lacerations to the neck and body consistent with fall from great height. Whoa, an actual autopsy report. Looks ancient. You quickly flip through a few of the other Scarlets whose names aren't quite as familiar. Theodore Scarlet, born May 24th, 1890. Died 1918. No known death date. Age 29. Cause of death, crushed in mine collapse. Body not recovered. Signed by his brother Enoch. So he died in the collapse. That's right, you had a great uncle who died in the collapse. Joseph Scarlet, born April 1914. Died June 7, 1944. Louis Scarlet, born August 1920. Died June 6, 1944. Huh, so they're like a year apart and their deaths are a day apart. Both killed in Normandy in the line of duty. These must be Edwardine's brothers. Yeah, the ones that were killed in World War II. Certificate of fetal death. Infant boy Andrew Charles Scarlet. Delivered April 3rd, 1945. Stillbirth. Mother Edwardine Scarlet. Cause of death, complications during birth, no doctor present, home burial. That settles the question of whether you're related to Charlie. I mean, more or less, but the fact that there's no doctor, that no doctor's present means that the baby could have very well survived. Like, even if we're not a descendant of the Shaws, there's still a chance that that half Shaw, half Scarlet baby is, well, the descendant of that half Scarlet, but half Shaw baby is still out there. Alexander Scarlet, born December 12th, 1947. Died August 20th, 1957. Age 9. Wow, almost... Wow, just... If she had lived for a few more months, she would have at least been 10, but wow, such a young age to die. Missing, presumed dead, signed by mother, Edwarding Scarlet. Another character who's... Like, again, this is another vague one, because, like, she's just presumed dead. Like, there's no actual confirmation that she died. Alexandra, only the doll, so she went missing. And it was the same day Enoch died in a hiking accident. Ooh, that's an interesting coincidence. Wonder if there's a connection. Maribel Scarlet, born September 3rd, 1946, died October 30th, 1963, age 17. I think this is her grandmother. Like, I vaguely remember, like, you know, like, Vivian and Pearl Ann they were raised by their grandmother Edwarding because their mother died. And, okay, let's see. Cause of death, complications during childbirth. Signed by her mother, Edwarding Sir. Yeah, this is our grandma. Huh. Edwarding is our great-grandma. Wow, that's a lot of kids to outlive. Yeah, you think? Anyways, we're done here. You turn around and leave the office. It's time to move on. The medical supply room is probably a good bet. A fire axe seems like something that might be useful in a room full of chemicals. It's just down the hall. There it is. Looks like it needs a key, though. We better not break the glass. I'd better explain why I had to steal the axe after we had the... we better not break... I'd rather explain why I had to steal it after we had a chance to use it. Yeah, good call. There must be a key in here somewhere. Oh, he stops, as if listening to something you can't hear. Shit, she's back already. Huh, I didn't even hear a door open. You have good hearing. As if on cue, you hear the... Oh, okay, now I heard it. As if on cue, you hear the front door to the clinic open and close. The creak of its antique hinges echoing down the hallway. Footsteps start down the hall. She's headed this way. Quick, we gotta hide. I'm not supposed to be in here. He opens the closet door and hurriedly he motions you inside. You slip past him, scrunching into the small space as best you can. He attempts to slide in after you. You know what, we already locked our romance with Kanika, so let's just let him in. You make space and he slips in next to you, closing the door just enough that you can both still monitor the entrance to the supply room. Dr. Kelly storms in, plastic bag in tow. She takes some out of the bag and places it on the counter. Sorry, give me a second. I hate sneezing. And then she hurries back out, bag rustling as she makes her way back down the hallway. We better wait a second just in case. Yeah, let's try to... You press yourself against the box in the back of the closet, trying to avoid being seen through the small slit in the door. The two of you stand in intense silence, both cramped into the suffocating closet, taking shallow breaths as if he could hear you breathing from the other side of the building. Also, I don't know if his ear looks a little pointed. But the footsteps soon return. Dr. Kelly makes her way back towards your hiding place, creaking floorboards or its broadcasting her location all the way to the hallway just outside your hiding spot. His head swivels suddenly. That was the door to the house. We're in the clear. Let's go. The two spill out of the closet. Reese quickly and quietly starts pulling out drawers, scanning them for keys. You can't help but notice what Dr. Kelly left on the long steel table in the middle of the room. A sprig of small furry berries, castor beans. You've seen them elsewhere in town, of course, in Sybil's tea room. Ah, see, this came... I knew this would come back later. supposedly just decorative. Hey Reese, why did your mom get castor beans? Yes, found the keys. He holds up a small ring of keys, each with a strip of colored tape on the head. What's this about beans? Oh, those weird little fruit things? Reese unlocks the cabinet and offers you the fire axe. Here's your axe. And I don't know, I've never seen him before. I'm not allowed in the supply room. It's probably some kind of medical plant, right? She took out a chemistry strip too, though come to think of it, she's not supposed to make medicine. She's not a pharmacist. This room is just for This room is just storage for orders she gets from a pharmacist over in Bavard. Why would she bring something like that in here? This plant is not medical. It makes one of the deadliest poisons known to man. Richin. But she's not using for that, right? Why would she give people poison? Do you know what she gives you for your supposed illness? No, I don't. She never explained it. I thought it was just too complicated for me to understand, so she didn't bother. Maybe she has some kind of information on it lying around here somewhere? That drawer over there's locked. If I were her information on some alien-looking fruit, I'd probably be in a locked drawer, right? Good thing I already have the keys. Oh, it's there fast, like he unlocks the drawer. Okay. Oh, okay, here it is. He unlocks the drawer, pulling out a notebook. Wow, his nails are really long too. This is about me. There's stuff in here from when I was like 12. It's some kind of diary or medical history or both, I guess. What the hell is this? Something about another episode? Guess she's referring to one of my rough nights. Oh, here we go. There's some illustrations. What did you see? He glances at the straight planch on the countertop. It's those beans you mentioned. She uses them to make my medicine. That's poison, right? He jerks his head towards the door. Shit, that was the door from the house. We gotta run. You follow Reese's instruction, once again starting down the basement stairs, letting the pull of the stone carving guide you back to the morgue. Dr. Kelly's voice filters down from above. I was right, we did already have juice. It was just in the back of the fridge, but there's no harm in having extra. What were you doing in the clinic? I thought I told you to go rest. Oh, I'm just gonna chill in the morgue. I got my speaker, so if you hear some weird sounds, that's just my music. I'll be sure to put in some earplugs to drown out all that industrial clanging you listen to. You know I'm not the biggest fan of you spending time down there. It can't be good for your mental health to hang out in a refrigerator for corpses. That is an excellent point. Like, I don't think I'd be okay being surrounded by dead bodies. Do you at least have a blanket this time? Yeah, I'll be fine. It's just a change of scenery. My room feels too claustrophobic right now. Okay, I'll let you know when it's time for dinner. You don't have to do that. I'll grab something from my room later. Sure, whatever you're able to do. You hear the door close, and the sound of Reese descending the stairs to join you in the fluorescent lit room below. Hey. Wait, you listen to music that sounds like a wall being broken? Of course I do. I'm sad all the time. Okay. Glad my taste in music's finally coming in handy. It's exactly the cover we need. Stop asking questions. It's time to see what's on the other side of the wall. Let's do this. I'd like to do the honors, if you don't mind. I've got some confused and angry feelings I'd like to express. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you don't know the full story yet, we'll get to that. Reese takes the axe from you and approaches the wall. just managed to cut through the wall with very little effort, unexpected from someone with his frame and condition. But you know his stringy muscles are backed by a mounting fury at what's been done to him. That goes a long way. He staggers back from the massive hole in the wall and admires his work. Holy shit. The splintered edge frame aims a dark passage, seemingly cut deep into the wall of the cliff. Cold seeping from a forgotten place into the already frigid morgue. And yeah, I'm gonna keep going even though like we only have 5 no, I'm gonna stop at a certain point. I don't care how much time we have. Reese cautiously takes a better look at what lies beyond the wound in the wall. There's a whole hallway back here. Yeah, I see it, buddy. Thick, stale air leaks from the hole, filling the morgue with an earthly mildew smell, like the room is slowly filling with dirt. And with the stink of gravel-like room beyond an even stronger compulsion, you step forward. And you climb into the hole. This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing, rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall. His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is finding it. Your feet move without prompting, and you stumble down the hallway towards the far wall, barely registering the antique clutter as you stagger past it. Whoa, are you okay? You don't respond, and you don't bother to retrieve the axe. The walls rot, water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of unknowable years. The planks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. Alright. They said there's nothing they could do. I'll never use my legs again, Enoch. What am I gonna do? Nonsense, Teddy. These doctors don't know what they're talking about. I've been doing my own research, and I found us an alternative. Someone who can fix everything in one fell swoop. We're taking you home today, and by this time next week, everything will be resolved. Everything goes black. Yeah, I don't trust this Enoch character. Your vision swims back into focus, and it takes a solid second or two to reordinate yourself. You're in an unfamiliar bed. Reese leans against the far wall, eyeing you with concern and curiosity. What? That's a interesting expression there. Hey, I was worried you slipped into a coma or something. You tore down on a wall like a wild animal, found some weird carving, and collapsed. I think you might have some kind of seizure. Are you okay? Wait, nothing spooky happened? The mountain didn't collapse on us? No ghosts? Nope, nothing. You just fell down, twitched a little, and when you seemed stable, I carried you back here. That was a few hours ago. Wait, you carried me? You don't have the kind of muscle mass required for that. Huh? Why would I lie about that? I just picked you up and carried you back. It's not like I had to go very far. Does Dr. Kelly know I'm here? No, I snuck you back into the house while she was busy in the medical storage room. Figure you wouldn't want to come into in the morgue. You didn't call an ambulance when I was seizing? Stella said you did something similar a couple days ago. I figure it might just be something that happens to you every now and then. Wow, both you and Stella don't have the best reactions to someone seizing. I know I wouldn't want somebody calling an ambulance for me every time I had an episode. Going to the hospital sucks. I had a vision. Like a hallucination? I have those sometimes too. Used to have them a lot as a teen. Always just weird little things, like my hands would look wrong, or my neck would seem too long, or the room would feel smaller. Yeah, I think the card's trying to warn us. My family has dark secrets. An old family like yours? I believe it. Hopefully that's all ancient history, though. Unfortunately, nah, it's still going on. Yeah, I should probably get going. Still missing the stone here finally stopped yelling at me. That might be a little tricky. The dog is on the warpath up there. I refuse to take my medicine, and she's not happy about it. And I'm sure you can understand why. Yeah, I know. You showed me the book, if I remember. There was no way I was gonna take anything she gave me. She's been poisoning me for years. I've been thinking about what you said at dinner last night, and I didn't see any other possibility. It's only been a day since I stopped taking my pills, and I feel great. He feels great. I went ahead and blocked my door so she can't get down here. Now we just have to wait her out. You blocked your door. Of course I did. Put a chair in front of it. It's never failed me before. We don't need her coming down here to finish me off or whatever it is she might do that I now know what her treatment plan has been all these years. But I need to leave. I know you do, but I'm doing this to protect you, to protect both of us. I don't need your protection. We shouldn't underestimate her. I have these weird memories. I always assumed they were dreams or hallucinations, but now I think she used tranquilizers on me. Other times that I've gotten too unruly for her. I don't know how much of those memories I can trust, but I'm starting to think I should believe my instincts when it comes to the lengths she's willing to go to keep me under her control. We'll wait until she's asleep. Then we can at least get out of the basement and we can figure out what to do from there. I don't get why your mom would poison you, though. I don't know. But it's all in here. She never outright says that that's what she's doing. And the recipe she came up with to deal with my flare-ups, whatever she thinks those are, involves that weird plant that was on the counter. Those castor beans, you were right, and rich in poisoning matches up with quite a few of my symptoms. The thing I can't figure out is whether she's been trying to kill me slowly or if she just likes keeping me sick enough to be dependent on her. Either way, I don't think I ever had an illness. I think the illness was me growing up and becoming less easy to control. She sure found a cure for that. But Richin is really bad. How are you not dead? I don't know. Maybe it's low enough doses, or maybe I developed a tolerance. But I think the fact that I feel more and more alive by the minute is enough proof that she was keeping me sick. I don't even need solid evidence. Well, with your evidence, you should be able to go to the cops. Maybe not the local cops, but cops. Yeah, you're right. I have her journal. That's pretty incriminating, even if she left out any descriptive words for what she was up to. Ideally, I never have to see or think about her ever again, but if it comes to it, this could be my guarantee that she'd never be able to have power over me again. Yeah, like, no matter what, we should get out of this basement soon. Where should we go? The only person I know has a car is Kamika, and she's not answering her phone. Yeah, she's in bed right now. I don't know anyone else. I don't have any other family to go to. I never even finished high school. When I get out of this house, I don't know how I can make sure I don't wind up back down here. Yeah, let's go with I'm not saying any of these. Okay, one step at a time, buddy. Let's just start by waiting out your mom and getting out of here. You shouldn't call her my mom. As far as I'm concerned, she's forfeited that title. I don't even think I should call her doctor. She's just some woman now. Can't wait for her to be in the rear view mirror of the rest of my life. We'll see if we can wait her out. If she doesn't and fall asleep by 10, we can figure something else out. These windows are supposedly shatterproof, which she always said was for burglars. Now I assume it was yet another way to keep me boxed in. But we can try to break them anyway. Okay, it's 35 minutes, but I'm not gonna stop yet. There's something you need to see first before I can end the episode. Okay, something was weird was going on, but okay, so he said a little distraction seems like a good idea. As you can probably tell, I'm getting a little jittery. Maybe it's the lack of poison in my system for the first time in years, or the fact that my whole perception of reality has been turned on its head. Probably a combo. It would obviously take more than a day for rich and poisoning to be out of his system. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely something weird going on with him. It doesn't feel awful, to be honest. Yeah, do whatever it is you do to kill time. Preferably something that'll help me ignore any more mounting anxiety. I only do two things, paint and watch movies, and I doubt watching me paint would be entertaining enough to distract you. I'd just be leaving it behind in an hour or two anyway. So, movie it is. Unfortunately, all I got is horror. Or, we'll have to make do with Shy no Chi Blood Death. Death Blood. I actually saw Iron Lung not that long ago. The one directed by Markiplier. It's really good, despite what the idiot critics are saying. Also, fuck Rotten Tomatoes. Reese gets the movie set up and joins you on the bed. Let me know if it gets to be too much for you. I'm not a great judge of how other people react to the sort of things I watch, but I definitely won't want you to feel uncomfortable. This is a slow burn of a movie, but the dread is managing to build its palpable in the room. Or maybe that's just how it feels down all the time. But with the grisly paintings, lack of lighting, cinder block walls, and of course the fact the woman currently lurking upstairs has been poisoning her son since his teens. I've seen a couple of this director's other films, and they're all interesting, though this is probably the best introduction to his work. The way it jump cuts to seemingly unrelated TV show recordings that then wind up tying back into the narrative adds a level of realism and depth to the world that I find really engrossing. It's found footage used to its fullest. Yeah, you don't really see movies like that anymore, do you? Found footage films. The genre just kind of died out, I guess. I can't believe I'll be able to just do things from here on out, like watch movies with another person. You can kind of see his sharp teeth here. Trust me pointing out all these weird things about him will come into play in just a bit. Or talk to people, ever. You can hear the difference in energy now that Reese hasn't had his daily dose of poison. He's uncharacteristically chatty, clearly not used to talking to another person, let alone when he has the energy to carry on a long conversation. Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, we have to get out of this basement. That's true. I shouldn't be counting my chickens. We still have to get past the woman upstairs. He tenses, his back straightening, his muscles clenching as he's reminded of the obstacle. Hopefully we can just wait her out. If not, he trails off. But his features soften as he once again immerses himself in the film. What is on screen? What is that? Some kind of unicorn guy? Oh, and the image changed. That's such a goofy little face. Okay, I could be wrong, but for a second I thought that was Pinhead from Hellraiser. But it's probably... A man on the screen yells portents of doom into the camera. Turn off into a wordless scream. The plot is really heating up. Portents of doom, huh? I love that there are all these distinct sort of vignettes. Oh yeah, vignettes. That's what they're called. Little pockets of horror that affect a small number of people. And only once you start to see how they fit together can you realize some fundamental horror about the universe. And then it sees you back. Incredible. Cosmic horror in the truest sense. Reese's becoming very animated. It's probably safe to assume he's dealing with the law of extra adrenaline right now, what with his entire reality turning out to be a lie. Okay. Wow, 40 minutes. Okay. But he's also talking over the movie. Reese, are you feeling okay? I'm just jittery. I've had a really weird day, and I think being down here is making me anxious. I'm all hopped up on adrenaline. Maybe waiting out the dock is a bad idea. The longer we wait, the more likely it is that she'll figure out that we're on to her. It would be too easy for her to lock me up again and be thorough about it this time. There's a knock on the door. Oh boy. Odie, don't get any closer to that thing. It's time to go home. That voice. I know that voice. That is who's been following you around? Without another word, Wayne starts pounding on the supposedly shatterproof window. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside, we're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. Why did he call you that thing? Because he's some kind of monster, and he wants me dead. Can't you feel it? The murderous intent is practically oozing out of him. But I'm not weak anymore. I can fight back. I don't have to cower in fear from the people who want to hurt me. I can protect both of us, Odie. Oh, here it comes. The window shatters. As Reese tears at his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvas. His ghoulish figures peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. Grab my hand, I'll pull you out. No, grab my hand, I'll pull you out. I forgot my Wayne voice there. It's too late. Leave us alone. In a surge of violence, the change that has been brewing inside of Reese finally comes as it manifests. The broken basement window is sealed off, and Wayne along with it. Yep, so this is why Dr. Kelly has been, quote, poisoning her son, because he's some kind of weird Wendigo creature. But I'm gonna end things right here because this makes for a perfect cliffhanger. Either tomorrow will be the last episode or this will be the second to last episode. Either way, the climax of episode 4 is happening tomorrow, and I'll be sure to record the whole thing. Until then, and I hope you all had a good day. Stay safe out there, and remember, this was Short John Red.